What is up, YouTube? Prepared wander out in the woods today, and we're going to be looking at something that doesn't get a lot of attention. There's not lots of videos out on this type of product, but it certainly is an important product, and there's lots of different ones you can choose from, so making the right choice is important when you're purchasing something like this. So what we're going to look at today is signal panels, and yeah, that's it, so stick around. Alright, so in my trusty haversack I brought a plethora of signal panels to look at and to compare. And you know, signal panel traditionally, when used by the military, particularly by ground troops or by pilots who have been shot down, a signal panel is something that's used to mark from ground to air. Now, here in Ohio, when it comes to search and rescue, which I did for a little over 10 years as a volunteer, we never deployed airplanes with any of the agencies that we worked with. It was very rare that any type of aircraft would be utilized, and especially in the woodlands like this, you're not going to see anything. The canopy is too dense, too much with this oak and maple and all this stuff. It's just too thick. You'd have to be out in a field, of course, to actually have a signal panel work. But that doesn't mean that they don't have their uses, because even in a situation where you're on the ground and let's say you've sprained your ankle or busted your knee or something like that, and you're pretty immobile, you could take one of these signal panels and mark your position where you're at in the woods as like a flag, and that way ground search would see you in the woods and come to your position. So it has its merits, and as you're going to see with these signal panels that I brought today, they're all multi-purpose. They all serve different purposes other than just being signal panels, so that's really important too, because I like to bring gear that's multi-purpose, that has the ability to do different things for me other than just the intended purpose. So if there's some multiple purposes, that's a bonus. That's less gear I have to carry, or it just gives me more capabilities with the gear that I do have. So what I brought today is 4 different companies, 4 different signal panels, all have different capabilities, and they're all vastly different than the next. All 4 of these are just completely different, so I think it's going to be really interesting to look at these all laid out and just talk about the different features that they have. So let's get into it. Alright, so get the haversack off and start going through these. So the first one we have is the Battle Systems. I think this is the MPL Mark II or Mark 1 is what they call this. Battle Systems LLC. If you go online, look them up, you can take a look at their product. This is, I believe, 19 by 19 inches in square, and it's a really nice compact little panel. Comes with a shock cord like this. It has a Velcro panel sewn to it, and I've got a glow-in-the-dark marker, reflective marker patch on mine. One side is camo, has 4 tabs. There's the orange side. So really nice bright material, very lightweight. It's basically 2 pieces of ripstop nylon sewn together with the 4 tabs. And actually, one of the very first videos I ever did for this channel is about this panel, and is actually using this panel along with some other equipment that I had. So go back and look for that. Just go to the videos and go down by date, and it's an early one, so I don't know if I can link to it, but I'll try. If I can't, just search for it, you'll find it. But there it is, small, lightweight. Now, as far as multi-purpose, what else can this be used for? I've used it as a pack cover, actually, for a small day pack. Just a couple carabiners attached to the back of my pack, and now you've got a cover that covers the back of your pack, either for rain or for marking it, or for camouflaging it. So that's its multi-purpose. You could also use this as a ground cloth to do some maybe prep work on if you're doing fire, making skills. I would be a little hesitant with that because of this nylon material is so lightweight. I'm afraid I would rip it, burn it, poke a hole in it. I'd want to retain, I don't think I want to mess with it that way. So, maybe that's not the best purpose, but I think definitely for a pack cover, being able to attach it in multiple ways. And of course, because of its size, it makes a really nice flag. This is very quick and easy to hang up in a tree branch and get someone's attention with this. Second signal panel I have is from the Hidden Woodsman. Now, I'm not sure the dimension on this. I didn't see a dimension on his website. It's bigger than 19 by 19. It's probably about 23, 24 inches. Now this one is made from a heavy-duty Cordura material. See that? It's not quite as bright as the Battle Systems. What's nice about this is I actually use this more for a ground cloth when I'm doing fire prep than anything else, just because it's so heavy-duty. I've already burnt a hole in it. And I did a video on this one as well, so that's another one you can go back and search for. And I had multiple uses for this thing. This is great for carrying firewood, for strapping to the back of your pack, making a flag out of it. Heck, you could even, if you really are in a pinch, you could even do an arm splint with this thing. It's big enough to do that. Of course, it has 4 tabs on all the corners, just like the Battle Systems does. So nice signal panel, heavy duty material. So this is something, as you can tell from the use, how dirty this thing is. I've used mine on the ground a lot, and it's great to throw in a haversack or your backpack and have that capability. Next up is a new product that I just got, and this is from our friends at Bushcraft Outfitters. This is their core signal sack, and it's 29 by 29, so it's considerably bigger than the other two. Once again, 4 tabs sewn on the corners. What's interesting about this one is, and by the name that it implies, it is a sack. There's an open end, so you can use this to do collection of materials. So if you wanted to collect leaves or pine needles or something for a bed, or make this into a pillow, whatever you want to do, you've got that ability. So this is also a browse bag. This is something you're going to use for collecting materials, putting your firewood or your sticks into as you're going around on your hike, and then when you get to camp, you've got all your materials to start a fire right there in the bag. It comes in several colors. This is coyote on this side. They also have it in multicam, and I think like an olive maybe, and then of course the bright orange. Nice big panel. Lots of visibility with this one. It's a nice product, really unique. I like the idea that having this as a bag, that just gives you more things that you can do with it. And then the last one is from my buddy at Tuff Possum Gear. This is the survival scarf, and as you can see on the inside of this is a tube. Turn that inside out, and then there's your orange material. So now you've got a bigger piece of material for signaling. And what's nice about this, since it's so long, this makes a really nice kind of windsock almost. So if you get this up in a tree, this is going to create a lot of movement, and of course it's got that bright orange color. Not sure on the dimensions. I'll try to post those down below for you. But the nice thing about this is that this can actually be worn. As a scarf, but also since it's an open-ended, you can fill this once again with leaves and twigs and things like that and create a bed out of it or a pillow. Use it for collecting materials to take back to your camp to start a fire. So multi-purposes. And once again, I've done another video just specifically on this product. I'll try to link below for that. If you can't, just search for it. It's out there. But yeah, so we've got a lot of options, and what's the best one? Well, I think it really depends on what you're looking for and what your application is. If you're looking for something that's very small, that you could put into a chest pack or maybe a small belt kit, then definitely the Battle Systems is the way to go. As you saw, the thing, it reduces down to nothing. It's like a 2x2 square. It also has the brightest orange on it, so I think that's really important. But it's definitely the smallest and the lightest, so that's going to be great for that type of kit. You know, something that's like a haversack kit. If you want something that has the capability of collecting materials, then of course you got the two to pick from. You got the survival scarf from Tuff Possum Gear, or you got the Bushcraft Outfitters Core Temp bag. Either one will do an outstanding job of collecting materials. Both are very similar material, kind of a ripstop nylon material, so quick to dry. And then of course, if you're looking for something that's just heavy duty that you can actually use on the ground, then of course the hidden Woodsman is the way to go. Really great product, super heavy duty material. You can see that stitching on there is really well done. Multi-purpose item. Alright, there's the Bushcraft Outfitters. There's the Tuff Possum Gear. Battle Systems. Hidden Woodsman. There they are at a distance. They all stand out pretty good. You're not going to miss them if you have those flying high above. And that's the key with these for use on the ground in the forest. You're definitely going to want to fly these off of a branch, attach some 550 cord to the corners, so always carry a hunk of 550 with you or some tarred bank line, jute twine, something to tie stuff up with, but that way you can hang these. Now there are different techniques for using these for ground-to-air signaling. I'm not going to go into that because it's just not something that affects me that much. It's not something a skill that I'm going to use that much. I do know how to do it just because of being in search and rescue. You could definitely stake these out in an open field, put some rocks around them to attract attention. Definitely use a directional arrow if you want to, if you're trying to point to your area of where you're at. So there's different techniques that you can definitely utilize, and there's videos to study up on that. One person that I would go check out is Iowa Woodsman. He'll have a video on the core signal bag right here. It's his design, so he can give you a more in-depth video on that and how he utilizes it. And plus he has a lot of information on signaling and on itself, so good information out there. Just got to look for it. Alright, I hope you found this quick video useful. Go to the websites. I'll have links down below for each of these manufacturers and their product, and you can check them out on your own. You can decide which one's right for you. I see no reason not to carry one with me. I think it's a good idea, at least to have something even this small with you. It's better than nothing, and if it's multi-purpose and you can use it for other things, then why not carry it? It seems like kind of an odd thing to worry about, but if you're going to be concerned about signaling anyway, and you're carrying a whistle and a signal mirror and all that stuff, then you might as well have the panel as well. It just goes hand in hand with those other products, and it's going to be very helpful in helping a search team find you if you're on the ground. So I think they're valuable, and hopefully you do too. So thanks for watching, and as always, please like, subscribe, and share. Also, don't forget, the Big Cartel site has the Prepared Wanderer subdued patches in stock right now. They're $5 each shipped. I can ship internationally, so if you're from overseas, please contact me through Big Cartel and I'll give you a price for that. Also, make sure you check out the Facebook group. It is growing. We have, I think we're over 250 people right now, maybe more. It's been growing a lot, so definitely check that out. There's all kinds of information, behind the scenes stuff. We're right now doing a discussion thread on Alone, the TV show, so if you want to talk about that, you can jump on and state your opinion. I'm stating mine, so it's kind of fun just to see what other people think. So please check those out, and we'll see you next time on the Prepared Wanderer. Hidden Woodsman's kind of more of a red color. Battle Systems is definitely the brightest orange. Tuff Possum gear just has more orange than all of them. And then the Bushcraft Outfitters is just a lot bigger than the other squares.